Hello there, YouTubers. Xenon Cross here, bringing yet another throwback with... Come on now. Not actually sure how it's pronounced Ogre. Either it's Ogre Battle, Ogre Battle, Ogre Battle, but something along those lines. So Ogre Battle 64, Person of Lordly Caliber. Now, as the name suggests, this is a Nintendo 64 title, so it is pretty old. I mean, 1999, as you can see down there. Yeah, so this is obviously emulated, so it's looking as good as it can get, believe it or not. If I were to record directly from the Nintendo 64, it would look like crap. So, this is 720p Nintendo 64 game. Doesn't look great, but you know what? It's a blast. Anyway, I had this game when I was a kid, and it was really confusing, but actually kind of fun because it had some kind of battle system that I've never seen before, nor could I ever figure out. But, alright, well, we're going to skip that because that's bothersome, actually. Plus, it's got pretty boss menu music, so we can live with that. So, the game has a tutorial. It's actually separate from the game. I don't know why in the world they would do that, but we're just going to start a new game, because, obviously, why have a tutorial? Sadly, this game, just like everyone else, every other game from the time period, doesn't have speech, so I'll try my best. You're leaving tomorrow? Yeah. Why can't you stay here? Why the military academy? Why? God knows where my mother is. And I can't stand being around my father. I'm leaving. Emil? I promise I'll make you proud. I have to learn to stand on my own, so I can protect both of us. Six years later, Winea, capital of Palatinus. By the way, the Ishka Military Academy graduation ceremony. If I butcher the pronunciation of anything, please forgive me. I have no idea how to pronounce any of this. Our next graduate. I mean, can you really blame me for not being able to pronounce this stuff? By the way, if you notice any weird glitches that are going to occur, they will start to occur here. I am very sorry. The Archbishop of Iron. He who has learned the way of the sword and God's teachings, in accordance with the traditions kept since the days of the progenitor, I shall now complete thy training with an oath to our mother birth. What is thy name? We obviously get to name our character. I'm going to stick with the default name, because story stuff. So we got Magnus. Yes, Magnus is acceptable. Oh cool, it didn't break. What is the date of thy birth? Well, since technically it's only the month and the day, I'm not really much afraid to show you. So we'll go with this one. This is the real hour date, and then Truno or Trano or however they pronounce it, the 4th is their calendar. There's some weird conversions that actually, I can tell you the conversions later if you actually care. Magnus Gallant, I ask thee, what dost thou hold within thy sword? We have a lot of choices here, and these choices will actually affect some stuff in the immediate game, so we're going to... I've never figured out which affects what, quite frankly. There's a bunch of choices from here, but we hold passion. I hold a passion within my sword. What shalt thou sever with thy sword? Well, obviously, we're going to sever control. Why would we do that? Let's sever hope, because that's always the thing you want to annihilate. We shall sever anarchy. With my sword, I will sever anarchy. For what shalt thou beseech the gods? What do we... If you could ask for anything from a god, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be these 6 things. But... Well, obviously, we want to win. But, is winning really the answer? We obviously don't want sacrifice. We don't want people dying for the gods, for us, in some convoluted manner. Purity, everyone's corrupt, it's already too late. Valor, that's pretty much what triumph and might, pretty much the same thing, so I guess trust is the answer? It's swinging pretty hard between triumph and trust here. We'll besiege them for triumph, obviously. I'm not gonna read it anymore because it's actually pretty redundant. What shalt thou offer the gods? Yes, we shall give the gods lust. Brilliant, of course. Offer them embrace. I'm pretty sure that word doesn't work like that, but alright. Everyone loves the gods, so loving the gods more isn't exactly a thing. Truth. They're omniscient, but are we going to offer the truth to them? I mean, that's the thing. Are we going to offer the gods freedom? We're not going to go and try and go all Greek on their butts and, try to enslave them, which apparently they do in every freaking movie nowadays. I already discussed embrace, and lust is just stupid. Glory. So we shall offer them our victories, which we beseech them for. I think we'll be giving them the truth. We'll be nice with the gods. What dost thou wish for? So strife, serenity, wealth, reform, fertility, peace. Wealth is just nah. Reform, that's a scary word. Fertility, not sure what they're referring to. Peace, strife. Yes, we want everything to be hard and difficult. Serenity and peace is pretty much the same thing. Because serene means peaceful. So, yeah, it's kind of a... I like serenity because it's a nice looking word. Plus, it'll work. On this land just appears from nowhere. So what shall we rid from this land? We shall rid changes. We will be this way forever. We shall rid law from this land. Sounds great towards our ideal of serenity. Same with ideals. Shall rid ideals from this land. Shall rid honor from this land. Shall rid rule from this land. Same deal with law. Chaos. obviously this is the only answer that isn't kind of like screwed up in some sense or form. So there we go. For whose help dost thou call upon? Call upon. Where did the D's come from? Basically, there's 4 gods. We're going to get to start with one of them being our patron, I guess you could say, and they can help us in battle. We have the Swift Wind, Raging Flame, Solid Earth, and Serene Water. My favorite is Swift Wind. It actually does affect some stuff about the character trait, so I'm not sure what, but I'm pretty sure Swift Wind is a pretty good way to go. Alright, so upon thy departure, I bestow these gifts. We get a Bastard Sword, a Francisca or Francisca, a Leather Whip, a Rupture Rose, Cloth Armor, Leather Armor ×2, Hard Leather, Iron Helm, and a Jengaza. And a Pedro of Wind. Pans out to the side, and intro video. Believe it or not, that does not say Atlas USA. It's Atlas USA. I screwed up. I love how we just like I was the first to. Oh, jeez, that's a video. Like how I was just like the first to notice. Because, oh look, he fell over and turns around. What if they were to revamp this game? Just go and like HD remaster it? I think that'd be amazing. The music ends before we make it to the end of the cutscene. I think that's actually a glitch. It's not supposed to happen that way. The music's supposed to go all the way to the end, but something weird happened. Emulation. Such a terrible whistling sound. So the game is organized into basically chapters, and here's the prologue. And then gives us a little bit of a quote. Casting their gaze on the ground, trudging along. Southern Region, Aka Castle. Personnel Assignment Ceremony. This game has an amazing soundtrack. General Cadezlis. Welcome to the Palatinian Army, Southern Division. I'm sure you all know that Alba is the most rugged region in Palatinus, the Southern region. Weird stepping mechanics. Do I look funny to you? Like what? It looks like some of you are graduates from the military academy in the Central region. I have absolutely no idea why you people chose to come here of all places. Did you think you could slack off? If that's the case, then I suggest you think again. Don't expect any special treatment. All that counts is your ability. Remember that. That's all I have to say at this point. Noah wants you to go on a training exercise. Aryash, you take care of the rest. Yelling at his subordinates like that? What a dirtbag. This is Aryash. Before we start the exercise, we must get organized. Monel, Magnus, Diomedes, Minter, Leia, Alex, you were selected as command candidates. Wait in the hall. You will interview with your advisor in a little while. Follow your advisor's instructions and work hard to become competent soldiers. That is all. No questions asked. Understood? Then get moving! I'll just wheel in a circle and just start walking out. This I see. My name is Hugo Miller. I'm your advisor. Graduated from the Ishka Military Academy, eh? What, are you nervous? Don't worry, I'm here to guide you. You'll get used to it in time. Alright, you're dismissed. Head to 10A planes, 10 planes, and get ready for training. We'll begin as soon as everyone arrives. Excuse me, sir, but is that it? When you get old, you can tell a lot just by looking at people's faces. While we lack strength, our knowledge and experience more than make up for it. And, to tell you the truth, I've known about you for a long time. Come on, get out of here. Looks like the next guy's waiting. It's almost imperceptible to actually hear them rapping on really loud music. Go get ready for training. Understood? The detail they put into like these really small rooms, like they just went really overboard with this. Diomedes range reporting as requested, sir. Don't know why the emphasis is there. You're Diomedes, eh? Or it's Diomedes. Diomedes. Who the hell are you? What's a fossil like you doing? Oh no. Don't tell me you're my superior. That went over well, didn't it? He's kind of a dirtbag. Alright, well that's pretty much the intro, and this is basically how the game is played. No, it isn't. It's not like a dungeon questing app. Basically we get... Yes. We get a bunch of functions, like here we can save. I will save over this guy, obviously, because it has less playtime. Sorry about the lag during saving, I'm not sure what that was for. Oops. This will tell... Like, there was a glitch, did you see that? There's our in-game time, how long we've been playing, and this can tell us all the events on the dates that we played through. It can tell us a bunch of stuff about stuff, and this will give you tips through the game. It literally tells you how to play the darn game from beginning to end. But we don't need to read any of that. Here's our organized screen. This is how the game is really played. We're organized into groups. Called units. This is unit number 1 with, obviously, Magnus as a leader. Each group has its own leader, and they lead the other troops in that formation. Now, we can set them up in different ways. We can change the units, we can add units, we can change the characters themselves, we can just change their formation, which I'm going to do here, because you might think you want to protect your leader in the back, but that is not necessarily a good thing, because Magnus is very strong, and being in the front offers him a pretty good advantage over a lot of opponents. So as you can see in the upper left there, it tells us a little bit about the characters, their name, and Crowdia. Okay. Anyway, you can see that they're all different, they're all aligned to different elements, although we have 2 earth and 2 fire, and then there's me. So, obviously, Amazons are archers, they do best in the back. Kind of obviously, fighters are kind of like knights, they're a little lesser than knights, because we'll actually get knights later. So we can change their groupings around to kind of reflect it. I like this simple, like, organization skill. It's really bad if you get caught off guard, because you can actually fight in all 4 cardinal directions. So obviously this grouping is really bad if you get caught off guard facing some direction you're not supposed to be. But if you're facing the front direction like you should be all the time, you will always be your strongest and you'll almost never lose. Which is why it's okay to have some of these groupings like this. We can carry items and blah blah blah, all that junk. So, I guess, might as well get this underway. We're almost like 20 minutes into the thing. So we head out to 10A planes, or 10 planes. Scene 1. The Southern Reaches. Each mission is a scene within the chapter, and it slowly creates the book. Magnus Gallant reporting is requested, sir. Diomedes range reporting as requested, sir. Gotta put that emphasis in there for him. Oh, I didn't expect you two to arrive at the same time. Nice and prompt. I hope you came prepared, Diomedes. Or Diomedes, actually. Why just me? Man, that pisses me off. You call me Dio, alright? You two, you better not call me Diomedes or else. Okay. Will you calm down? I want you to head for the Theodricus mine to the west. There's been quite a number of incidents recently where the workers were attacked by wild beasts. In addition, there are bandits in the area. The locals are very concerned about the situation. Now go take care of it. Take a look at this map. A little bit of conflicting command, but sure, we'll do it. We'll follow suit. Oh my god, why does the background keep reflecting to that? Let me begin. Zemio will be our headquarters. From headquarters, you can dispatch units or order them to retreat. Do not let your headquarters be overtaken, because we lose if we do. Let me explain how strongholds are displayed. I'm going to skip through this real quick, because I can teach this to you much faster than he does. Alright, let's get down to business. The destination of this exercise is Theodricus Mine. The mine is located a day southwest of your headquarters. Just get there. Easy enough, huh? As I said earlier, there are bandits and monsters in the area. Oh boy. This will be your first time leading the troops. Show caution in your actions. I will provide a briefing like this prior to each operation. You can skip it by pressing start. Well, I guess that's it for me. Alright, so we can basically get a look at the map. The only thing I have to tell you is that all of the circles are strongholds or cities. The squares are obviously our main ones, where the blue ones are ours. The red ones are our enemies, and the green ones are neutral. And we want to try to capture, or liberate, not capture, but liberate as many of these cities as we can. And the reason I will say liberate and not capture is because there is actually a difference. Depending on the morality of our character, yes, certain characters have moralities. It can either be good or... I can't remember what good's called. He tells me to lead it, and he says, you can handle it, can't you? This is an order. Let's start the training. I'll be waiting outside. Hey, wait a minute. What's this all about? You make some snap judgment on something like that? Without a test or anything? I tested each of you in my own way. Besides, it's only temporary. Don't make such a fuss about it. You hear me? Why do you get to be the commander? Come on, let's take it outside. What's he talking about? Oh boy. I challenge you, one-on-one. I don't mind if you're strong, but I won't let anyone weaker than me be my commander. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Fight me! We're given a choice, we can say, sure, and we'll kick your ass. Or we can say, nah, I'll pass. Magnus doesn't seem like the fighting type, so nah, he won't. No, I won't. What's the big deal about who's better than who anyway? I don't mind if you are the commander. What are you saying? You're so superior that you don't care? Are you mocking me because I'm from the south? Wow. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. Race into this. What's wrong with you? Get a hold of yourself, Dio. Why do you get so angry? Don't be so rash. The rest of your life isn't set in stone, right? But... enough! You'll eventually understand your shortcomings. Follow my orders. I'll assess your skills according to your performance. Go take care of those beasts if you want to make a name for yourself. Damn it, we're not janitors, we're soldiers. Stop complaining and get your butts moving. Just chill, walk beside him. We got this. Alright, I think I can do this in 10 minutes. Alright, so we have to take over the enemy headquarters. And we lose if Magnus dies or our headquarters are invaded. There is never any time when Magnus dying is not a loss. So, I'm not sure why it matters. I'll skip that. So Magnus, we can command him to move, unit command, stronghold command. So we're going to command him to move. We want him to move to a stronghold there. We'll then actually dispatch, and if you notice, we gain a bunch of more troops actually. We gain Ogre, Leon, and Dio. Dio is actually also a really strong fighter, similar to us, but his group has him in the back. I usually don't fix that because Dio's actually the strongest one in the bunch, you know what I mean? But anyway, this guy can actually walk pretty fast, there's not as much of him. So I'll send him over here to where it's a little bit further. We shall dispatch Dio. Yeah, just get everybody out to the fight, just cause. Dispatch Walter. We shall wait. We'll let time pass a little bit. Sadly, it's impossible to speed any time up. You gotta kind of start remembering the names of your troops because we don't want to. We'll also make him move over here just like Magnus. And then you always want to dispatch someone to watch over the base, so we'll never have time to watch over. Yep. Dispatch Leon. We can actually give him multiple coordinates, so we can tell him to walk to Hal, and then walk to Bill, which is what we want him to do. We don't want him to cut across and like that. Now you'll notice this is an enemy unit. Let's see what's in this. It's a Dawson. He's a wizard. He has a knight and a hellhound with him. Pager, I believe. Pager wins ready. This is the suspend thing. It's kind of like a save here until I come back kind of dealio. You can actually make unit go to the organized screen and make units and mess with them while you're in the middle of the battle, just not the ones that are out in the battlefield, obviously. But it doesn't matter because we don't need to mess with them because we're so early in the game. If we were much later in the game and had to prepare for specific events, what's this? Old clothing was found. You're just like, well, what the heck was that? It was so stupid. It's probably useless. It is useless. But actually, if we want to make zombies, yeah, zombies, we can make zombies. That'll be a thing later. So this is what happens when you engage a battle. We have the enemy Dawson versus friendly Magnus, and you notice how they're facing front on front like that. That is very important. It can become a problem later if we don't watch it. The Southern Division? They're here already? Calm down. It's not that big of a problem. Our plan has already been initiated. We must stop them, or else it will come to naught. Nothing will change. Everything will remain the same. This is for our future. I'll leave this place to you. Buy us as much time as possible. We come running in. Alright, come on, you dogs! Get out of our way! Doesn't exactly sound very thrilled to be fighting us. And watch as battle commences. Believe it or not, I don't get to push any buttons. The battle happens autonomously, at least in the way I have it set up. An autonomous battle mode means they can just fight each other. And whatever lines of the three are faster, fight first, going from front to back. So obviously my front line is a lot faster than his front line, and so on and so forth. Because obviously alignment went down. But we win. The alignment is whether you're chaotic or lawful, that's what it is. Chaotic is evil, lawful is good. Alright, Volsuk has been liberated. And we're gonna let Magnus wreck this guy. Let's go. I'm gonna fight it out. We can deliver during combat commands, like we can change the fighting style so that they're autonomous. We can tell them to attack the leader, or attack the strongest, or attack the weakest. But obviously there's no reason for this. No. His alignment went down. But that's okay. Because some classes, when you go to change characters' classes, actually require you to have a chaotic alignment. Tasha game is target location. We're going to struggle commands, and we are going to shine. We are going to buy a few of these. Check it out! All their sword was found. I'm now at the target location. Now, when they're at a location, the characters will auto-rotate to face whatever threat is incoming at them, or whatever threat is closest to them. And now I've had trouble figuring it out when you have two people on a stronghold and when people try to attack them. I've done the way know which one they actually pick the fight. I believe it's whoever's on top, so it's Magnus Toots versus... that's funny. Toots the Witch. Alright. Off we go. Murdering Toots and the Griffin. I'm not actually sure what poison does, because I'm pretty sure it does not do damage to this game. Now, if you've noticed a pattern, you'll notice that only the right side can attack the right side, and the left can attack the left side. And the middle. They can both attack the middle, but they cannot attack the opposing side until the other side is done. And the middle can attack anything. Which obviously, the middle is the most important position in the battle. And we shall send the walls after a unit to go and finish Toots. Because since Magnus will get most of the fighting... Wait, there's something here! Power fruit. Damn it, see what I mean? See how he's spreading it sideways? That is not what I wanted at all. They shouldn't have even met up, but there's nothing to do about it. We're doing alright so far, so it's not bad. Sad thing is, those little triplets... Yeah, of course they lost. I'm not sure what actually determines a win or a loss. It's really confusing. So when they lose, they get propelled away. Boo-hoo. Let's go. Magnus is gonna wreck this guy. Total loadage. Now they probably won't be able to kill the Griffin. Unless it's like critical loser. Yeah, they didn't really lose. Now what happens if the leader of a unit dies, you might ask, as such happened. The unit actually becomes completely immobile. You can no longer control them. So if my units were to lose their leader, say Walter were to actually die, the unit will become completely uncontrollable and will actually start to find itself wandering back towards the home base to escape. We'll have Walter finish those guys up there. tells you how much I know about the darn thing. So, it happens every once in a while. Send him up here. Now, if you notice that little flag thing in the bottom left, that is their, like, stamina kind of a deal. So they can't go running on forever, obviously, because they're people. Now, believe it or not, these days that you see passing up and over here actually correspond to game time overall. So, calendar days will actually start to change outside of this place if we stay in here. Which is actually a pretty cool concept. It kind of sucks. So, if you notice, you gained a heck of a lot more experience for winning a fight than actually just for complete defeating the unit rather than defeating it. You defeated him. Now what? Now because it seems like you're ready to go and finish that guy. Check it out. The altar of resurrection is found. That's an item that can revive dead people, so you don't end up with just dead people. Because that would suck. All of your troops just become dead people. No one's left. There's more than one way to revive them. The altar of resurrection is not the only way. Fredo versus Max. I accept your challenge. Alright. Fight it out. Now if you notice up there is a 3-gauge bar, and you notice the filling when my team takes damage actually starts to move faster. Believe it or not, the second command, if it makes it there, is actually run away. The third command is then the elemental patron, which we can then use to call in the Pager's patron and just annihilate. Now we only have the Pager of wind, so that's the only one we can use on our opponent. Yeah, see how he set up camp because he was tired. We shall actually send Dio after Fredo. Our Buchanan has been liberated. That is Buchanan. Not blocked now. Now, believe it or not, if Dio's not careful, we'll actually push him down towards the direction we don't want him to go in. Which is exactly what he's doing. Because this is the final. There we go. After Walter finishes Masashi, I'll begin to move Magnus towards the final boss. I usually let Magnus deal with final bosses because kind of just like, you know, obviously you want your character to be dealing with the final boss, it just makes the game. And we got Iron Claw. We defeated him. Now what? I want you to move back here to Ulsuk, Magnus. Believe it or not, they actually heal when they're sitting in here. You move down to here. We can actually even change their direction when they're standing in place, which is pretty nifty, especially if they're in a fight. It's my turn? Alright, let's do this. And this guy's... the Hellhounds would probably get wrecked. Rise. Dio's finished. Game over. Climb it down. 29 to 22 experience. Now the reason Dio gained less experience than the rest of his group is because he's higher level than they are. Check it out. Leather armor. No, that's fine, because he didn't even suffer from damage. This guy won't actually leave that spot because he's a boss and he stays there to protect that. But you do have to be careful. There are some bosses who will actually leave their spot, attempt to rush you when you get close to them, which is bad, especially if you can't beat them. Because you'll notice that Magnus probably won't beat him in one go. Because it just doesn't work. It's just right there, dude. Alright, let's do this. Magnus versus Stabilo. This is usually why I have Magnus fight bosses. You've come this far. But you won't get any further. I will defeat you at all costs. You were controlling the beasts? Why are you doing this? What are you doing? It won't do either of us good if I tell you. What are you going to do? You haven't the slightest idea of what we must endure. You want to know why we do this? Freedom. Yes, for freedom. That's it. Nothing else. Now prepare. And we gotta fight these dudes. Obviously, he's got a much more powerful monster hacking. Now, if you in boss battles, if you kill the leader, it's automatic one-shot. Which we just did. So we actually did. There we go. Get some fireworks and congratulations. We got 534 goth, and we got a Francisca. We also got plus 9 soldiers. Alright. And then our outro scene. What are you planning? Silence. We gotta head back, Magnus. It sounds like the prince has been attacked. Starts laughing. I'm not going to emulate laughter. Why are you laughing? What's so funny? What? You ask what's so funny? Your foolishness just cracks me up. I doubt he made it seem a mistake. What do you mean by that? Do I have to explain everything? We were a decoy. Our true goal is revolution. We will destroy the royal family and the nobles and bring changes to this kingdom. We were ordered to get your attention. I didn't expect they'd dispatch rookies like you, but it's too late. We raised the flag of revolution on Prince Emil's grave. Maniacal laughter. Should punch him in the face. Just casually walking away. Hey Magnus, wait! Where you going, huh? Let's go rescue the prince. By ourselves? Are you out of your mind? Where exactly is Prince Emil? How big is the enemy force? We have no information whatsoever. What are we supposed to do, huh, Magnus? Besides, how are we gonna contact the main regiment? Control yourself, Diomedes. Yeah, he's starting to panic. Oh, the shadows are weird. It's too late to join the main regiment. From the size of the decoy, the enemy force shouldn't be that large. Since we're closest, we must rescue the prince. The troops training nearby are also heading this way. Magnus, take command and rescue the prince. I think it's best that you rescue him. I'll head for the main regiment and give my report, but first, we should go to where Prince Emil was attacked. It's difficult to devise a decent plan in this kind of situation, but I can at least give you some advice. And that brings us to the next mission, Bonus Mine. Now before I leave you, because I believe that'll be enough for today's episode, I'll see if I can get us any kind of class changes. Sometimes you can get some class changes early on. So obviously these are the classes we have unlocked. We can unlock many more, but these are the ones we have unlocked. We have the Berserker, we have the Fencer, we have the Beast Tamer. It appears none of them can be that. None of them can be that. Now those are for male characters. Magnus can't because, and Dio cannot, not only because they're leaders, but because leaders actually can't change things because they're a leader. You must first relieve them of duty, but because they're special characters change when they level up. And our girl character, we have unlocked 0 girl characters. That's brilliant. Now I'm pretty sure none of these can change, because if they can't change, no one's can, because they're going to be the highest level. We won't make them carry any items just yet, because they're not required. It's just, it'll just be a hassle to have to sort them out. So, this is Ogre Battle 64, Person of Lordly Caliber. And I hope you'll like it as much as I have as much fun playing it. Despite what you might think, it is actually a lot of fun to sit here and just organize and watch them duke it out. So there are many more things I can show you about this, and I guess I'll have to do that next time, because this is starting to get a pretty long episode already, especially with that intro. So, I guess that'll be all for today. I'll see you guys